welcome back to the Bucket Think Tank. So, Superman's coming out soon. As a matter of fact, by the time this video comes out, it'll have already been out for over a week. Um, I'll probably be seeing it not the day it comes out, probably not the week after it comes out, probably around the end of the month. I'm planning to see it with some friends, hopefully. Trying to set things up. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Superman. We're talking about a character that's going to be in Superman, Mr. Terrific, issue 2. All right, so, well, Mr. Terrific Year 1, Issue 2. All right, so this issue is, I think, where it really gets going. Our first issue was really sort of about setting the stage for who Michael was, or where he was in his current headspace. All right, he has sold Holt Industries. He has pretty much cut himself off from the world, or at least doing anything that he likes to do. Um, you know, loss of his wife. So, he's in a spot. But as we know what's going on here in Athena Towers, is it Athena Towers? All of us have never forgotten what the tower's name is. But anyway, Athena Prescott has created this new energy system for the city that's causing problems in the bottoms, all right, which is the lower part of the city, the lower middle class, you know, the undesirables where if something bad happens to them, no one's really going to care and whatnot. And so now Michael's friend, Dre, has got involved trying to expose this and has been killed over it. So now we see where Michael is. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. So we get a flashback because remember, this all started because Michael sends something from the energy coming from the card in um, DC's All In, where Darkseid makes the big sacrifice to become a god, become a bigger god, and create his own Earth with blackjack and hookers. And so he senses something going in the tower, in the old abandoned tower. He goes in. It turns out, oh no, hellhounds from Apocalypse. Like something about this has called them in. Only the portal or the beam is not just doesn't have like a little bit of netherlight radiation like the portal Darkseid created. This is like seeds in it, and it's sort of hurting the hellhound. So we'll fight with the hellhound. There's not too much here, but we're just sort of seeing what Michael's doing while we're getting his year one story. And so after the death of Dre, well, Dre's being shot, Michael goes off to the bridge, ready to end it all, and then the Specter shows up. All right? Like, hey, be still, Michael Holt. Some call me a demon, others call me an angel, but you may call me the Spectre. Then we cut to Athena getting the rundown from her security team, all right? And it's a fun one here, all right? So it's an interesting background. So his plan was, hey, look, it was a trap. We were all set up, but you screwed it up, ma'am. All right, because we had them. All right, but you had to make a show of it, and two of them got out. All right, she doesn't want to hear excuses. Okay, but on the two runners, here's what I got. One we believe to be Mercy Graves, LexCorp operative. The rest were locals duped into breaking in. The other, Dre Dingle, he's done. And what about the driver? Like, I don't know. All right, I had both of them with my drone sights, but couldn't make out the other one. A blur, he's got something on. He's got some tech. All right. Before this can go any further, she gets a page, like an moment. And like, what's going on? Leaves. She's talking to somebody. Who is it? It's Darkseid. Oh my god. Or someone involved with Darkseid. You're like, speak to me, child. We're, we're almost ready. What is the word almost? It takes time, my lord. You have none. Ugh. I have been patient with you, but my patience is waning. I am sorry. Please, my lord. Your life only has value as much as it is value to me. When your usefulness has come to an end, you will be as but a speck of dust in the wind, unseen and unforgotten. Ah! Do you understand? Yes! Then say it. Say it! Darkseid is! Yeah. Is! Was that Roger from American Dad? Ah, well, anyway. So meanwhile, we cut back to Michael talking with the Specter. I was like, this isn't real. This isn't real. I assure you, I'm very real, sir. I am God's wrath. How you doing? All right, self-murder, still murder. Can't do that. Well, I don't believe in God, and yet here I am. Your belief doesn't seem to matter now, does it? You're like, why are you here? Well, there are moments in the great cosmic of the world that, things matter. Things hinge on the decision of one man. All right. And this is it. You're at a crossroads. The universe could be totally changed if you make that jive. All right, and I'd like you to not do that. Be a pal, and don't do the thing. Michael goes, "Look, I'm insignificant. I'm a speck of dust in the universe. Like a trillion specks of stardust." He shows me, "Hey, this is a trillion specks of stardust right here. If one explodes, it can set off a chain reaction. All right, you are only as insignificant as you believe yourself to be." I'm like, "Oh, cool, nice, nice." All right. And he's like, "So what's going on, man? All right. So you're about to take a dive, a literal dive. All right. So what's on your mind? What's the source of your pain?" And it's really the Dre's death. All right. So there was never a time when he didn't have Dre. All right. They were joined at the hip. Right. It was a simpler time growing up with Dre. All right. In the bottoms. All right. Back then you didn't have to worry about neighborhoods just about the neighborhood. You just had to worry about being home before the street lights came on. All right, they were competitive, but they pushed each other. It was great. All right, and then we met Jefferson Pierce, and it was them. All right, two potential superheroes, and Dre. Dre was even the best man at his wedding. All right, and that was it. That was it. That was it. Everything was great. What happened? Well, Paul, he's like, "You know what? I'm done. I don't need to talk to you people. I am done. You're just a figment of my mind trying to process trauma." I'm like, "Dude, you don't believe I am right here. Watch me get bigger. All right? I am a colossus. I am the Spectre. Hang on. Hang on. I think I can do something for this." "Don't you know who I am? I am the Spectre. I am God's vengeance on earth. I am the mighty Colossus. I'm Marty McSuperfly. I'm the guns of the Navarone. I am the ghost of Christmas yet to come. All right? Let me tell you, son, you're about to go one-on-one with the Undertaker." All right, that one was actually really stupid. Can we cut that? Can we cut that? Can't we can't? I gotta live with my decision. Okay, fine, whatever. Whatever. Okay. It's like, no, no, you know what? I don't believe any of this. I'm a scientist. All right, this is just my subconscious. But if you are God, prove it. Take me to Paula. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm not God. All right. I'm his like his vengeance. All right. I don't do nice things for people. But you know what? Here you go. If you want to see her, so be it. Drops him in the ocean. And he has his come to Jesus. Well, actually, he sort of has his flashback talking about Paula. And he talks about how different they were, how building whole industries from the ground up. He concentrated on government contracts, next level drones, surveillance, camouflage, that type of thing. And Paula was talking about, quantum physics, all right, crazy futuristic tech, all right. And this is where we get the reveal as to how Michael is the third smartest man on the planet, because he says Paula was the number one and number two. I'm like, okay, this makes sense because let's close this out for a bit because really, there's never, as far as I know, there's never been a ranking of the smartest people within the DC universe. I mean, by that I mean like no one in the DC universe has said like, well, Lex is number one, Batman's number two, and Michael's number three. No one's ever done that. Out of universe, that's happened. I'm pretty sure. But in universe, no, no one's ranked it. No one said like, who's the bronze medal of nerds? Michael. All right, it's you. It's you. There you go. So there we go. There may be a comic about it, but I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. So everything was going fine. Everything was going great. They had their whole life planned out until Paula got pregnant. They're like, there we go. That's what this is about. Like, so this is your defining pain. All right. But why? And why? New life subjects like you don't understand. Whole Industries was their baby. All right. They'd agree they wanted to have kids, but he wasn't sure they wanted them at all. All right. So it's like, hey, he's of the mind like, hey, at some point I'll be ready, but I'm not ready now because we got this kid. They're focusing, hey, let's get this business started and then we can have kids. Like, okay, that's fun. When it begins. So Paula had been working on um, a theoretical power source that turns ambient radiation into energy. All right, so we're looking at cheap, clean energy that can change the world. Suddenly, she said she couldn't get it together. She stopped, and like, hey, you know what? I think Michael was saying, okay, she's got too much on her mind and she can't devote to it. Like, makes sense. So he decides to, see what he could find out. Like, extra hand, extra eye on the screen, see what goes on. All right. But Michael all of a sudden starts getting too painful. Michael, no man, you got to keep going. Trust me. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. All right. You can stay here all you want, but trust me, if you go through this, you'll come out better. So he talks about it, and he was focusing on like, hey, he missed an appointment, and she was furious about it. And if I could just show her what he was working on, she'd understand. Like he was taking her work to the next level. And her response was she'd already figured it out. So this is showing us two things. Two things. All right. One, exactly where Michael stands in regards to Paul in terms of intelligence. All right. So this was Paula's brainchild, right? She came up with it, she worked on it, and then she stopped. Michael, I guess, seeing, okay, this is where she left off, he finishes it and comes to the conclusion. Paul reveals she already completed it and realized it can't work. All right. It was too powerful. The wrong hands, it could just create untold destruction. Yeah, it's not going to work. Paula didn't want to talk about it. She was done. All right. And it created like this huge tension between them. I think the issue was the appointment she missed. Michael missed. All right. So it says an important appointment. So I don't think it's business. I don't think so at all. I think it was for the baby. All right. And I think this is all just in my head here. I think she knows he's not 100% on board with the baby. All right. But they don't talk about it. This is always a problem. You want to talk in a relationship. All right. The problem is, I don't think this is Michael's forte, getting his feelings out there. He also knows it's important to Paul. Paul wants the baby. All right. So this rift is now created. And then, of course, the accident happens. All right. Paul is driving on the road one night and she dies. Accident happens and she and the baby dies. And for Michael, this creates a whole other problem now because now he just misses all of it. Like he wasn't sure about being a dad. Now it's all he wants, which is weird because now in the comics, I believe he's found an alternate version of his son. In the Terrifics, he also found an alternate version of Paula. Those two did not. That didn't work out as well. But we go coming back to there where Michael was, like he was sort of done with it. He sold everything to Athena Prescott, and what worked about that, well, the problem with that was while he erased the board, uh, the designs were still there. The designs were still part of what he sold, and this is why he hasn't been able to talk about it because he feels so ashamed. He knows what's happening. All right. So he feels like he's at his lowest point, like, hey, this is all, I don't know what to do. And then what happens is, well, a really cool thing. So the Spectre steps out and Jim Corrigan takes over. So Jim Corrigan has been the default host for the Spectre most of the time. Usually, it'll be someone else. Like for a while, it was Hal Jordan. I think, who else was the Spectre at one point? Uh, Crispus Allen was the Spectre for a bit, I think. I could be wrong. But anyway, so Jim Corrigan tells me, hey, let me tell you about my buddy Terry Sloan. All right. So Terry had a problem in his neighborhood. It was all this violence. Young people were modeling themselves after gangsters. He was like, nah, man, I'm going to put on a costume and show these kids that being a gangster is the loser's path by beating the crap out of them. All right, so he became a superhero. He joined the JSA. He called himself Mr. Terrific. And according to Malcolm, he's a legend in Gateway City. So this all takes place in Gateway City, which is interesting because Gateway City is also where Absolute Wonder Woman takes place. All right. And this sort of goes with the idea that, the idea is like, hey, you should be a superhero. Like, I don't want to be a superhero, all right? They're not helping the little guy. They're fighting weird monsters in space. And Jim Cogan like, yeah, sometimes monsters in space, yeah. But sometimes they're like Terry Sloan, fighting for the little guy. Who's going to stand up for the people of the bottoms? Who's going to make sure they get a fair shake? Look, sudden death might be part of your life, like flying, running faster than sound, all right, bending steel with your bare hands, but that's not my life. It has nothing to do with me. And this, I think Michael has a good point. Like, you know what? This is not, that's not me. And Jim's like, hey, fine. Mr. Terrific served a purpose, and that purpose isn't filled by Superman or Batman or even the Spectre. He worked at the street level. But I'm just a man. Well, epic aside, so was Terry Sloan. And I like this part here. All right. Where Jim Corgan says, like, what happened isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility. And the Spectre comes in, like, it will be like acid disintegrating you from within if you don't do something about it. All right. So he gets cleaned up. He goes to Dre's funeral and he meets Jefferson. Hey, Jefferson Pierce is here, Black Lightning. And it's a bit of a tense moment because this time Jefferson Pierce is with the Justice League because he did serve a stint on the Justice League. Uh, when I don't remember the era. It was a really fun time. The Tornado's Path is such a fun story. After the events of Infinite Crisis, where the League breaks up, and then everybody comes back looking good, great, and with a whole new mentality, and Black Lightning is on the list of people to be in the new Justice League. But anyway, so Michael says, "Hey, Dre was murdered." Michael's like, "Hey, do you know anything about it?" And then he gets called League business, and this sort of set the idea that hey, there's been a murder of one of our friends, but he can't deal with it because the Justice League is calling. And I don't think that's fair. Okay, I get it, I really do get it, but come on, Justice League business usually means the planet's about to blow up. I'm sorry, I can't solve our friend's murder. I got to make sure we have a planet to find the murderer. But whatever. So Michael resolves. He's got this. He's got the jacket. I'm like, I'll take care of this first. As he goes, oh, it's called Prescott Tower, okay, and that's how the first issue ends. So this is, in my mind, a better take on the Spectre issue 54. So in that issue, it is a bunch of story with the Spectre, but it really is also like a small story. Michael Holt becoming Mr. Terrific, dealing with the death of his wife, not finding much purpose. This one here decides like, hey, let's actually make this about Michael and his story. Um, this has always been a problem with the Spectre, well, not the Spectre, with Mr. Terrific, and I'll even say with characters like Cyborg. And what I mean by that is um, characters like Cyborg, Mr. Terrific, like Beast Boy. They can have an origin story, but they primarily started off in a bigger book. All right. Cyborg's in the Teen Titans. His origin story is I got in a car crash. All right. I should be dead, but I'm not, so I joined the Teen Titans. Mr. Terrific's story happens in the page of the Spectre as someone that the Spectre helps and inspires him to become Mr. Terrific. That I think is stronger, but the problem is because these stories are happen within another book and they don't really mean much overall. It's harder for them to branch out with their own book. They're better in teams. Some characters have been able to break out successfully. Um, Starfire successfully. She has a book every now and then. So does Raven. So Superboy sometimes. Superboy has the benefit of being able to latch on to the Superman family from time to time. Donna Troy does not have the benefit of having the Wonder Woman family from time to time because continuity keeps changing around her. Same with Cassie Sandsmark. But Cassie Sandsmark also had to sit on the Titans and Young Justice. You could also say the same thing with Impulse. All right, because well, he's a member of the Flash family. People primarily remember him on what was it, Teen Titans, Young Justice, and did he have a sit on the JSA? I think he had a sit on the JSA. But yeah, this is sort of a problem that these other heroes have. For example, there's no has been an Alan Scott book in ages outside of that book we had with Tim Sheridan. Jesse Quick doesn't have a book. I don't think she's ever had a book. Or Liberty Bell. Our Man, I don't think has ever had a book. Um, so yeah, it is a problem with books that are set up as teams to begin with. But whatever. This issue I felt was fun. Mr. Terrific versus the Spectre, God's vengeance. Like, I don't believe in God. Yeah, but I'm God's vengeance. Something's gonna hurt you. All right. And I hate to tell you this, man. If you die, if you kill yourself, I'm gonna get you. All right. But I like this story because it's like a better take on Tom King's Strange Adventures. Because as much as I liked his Mr. Terrific, at the end he was like, I was kind of happy my wife died with our unborn child. I'm like, no, I think this is a better idea. Michael doesn't know. Like, he's not sure if he's ready. He's scared of being a dad. Also, he had this clear idea of where his life was going to go. Like, the baby would come later and he would be ready. That's how he figured. But now, life doesn't work out that way. Sometimes you're just going to have to accept. You just have to be ready. All right. And I like the idea that he buried himself in the work. All right. And that I'm still saying he missed something like maybe um, hearing his baby's heartbeat for the first time, maybe the last neonatal appointment. I don't know. I don't know. I think these are all interesting ideas. Uh, the reveal as to how Michael became the third smartest man on the planet, I think, is sweet. It's adorable. Uh, I don't think people really call him the third smartest man on the planet. I don't remember a recent time of it outside of this book. I think we just call him it's Mr. Terrific. He's the smartest normal person here. What is the normal? Really? Have you seen Lex and Batman? These are not normal people. I like that. Tying Dark Side in this was really fun. Dark Side is. Dark Side is. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Um, issue two, I think, is a lot more fun than issue one. Issue one got my foot in the door. Issue two is like, you know what? I want to see how this goes. I want to see how we expose Athena Prescott. I love it. I love it. Let's go, because she apparently controls everything. All right, we're gonna do fair play. What that means, I don't know in this case, but let's go. Anyway, if you're new to the Bucket Think Tank, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, smash the thumbs up button. I'll catch you all later. This is Bucket Think Tank signing off. Thanks for watching. As always, may your fandom serve you well.